And welcome back to CentralCoastRadio.com. Well, there is a brand new film called The Last Daughter, which is getting a national cinema release from June 15th. This is an absolutely amazing documentary that I've had the privilege to sit down and watch, and I thought we need to know a little bit more about this film, so we thought we would get the co-director Brenda Matthews on the phone to talk a little bit about this film today. Welcome to the program, Brenda.
Thanks for having me.
So, Brenda, The Last Daughter, it is an emotional but brilliant film to watch. I was wondering if you could start off by telling us a little bit about when you decided to start working on this film.
I think when we got connected to the wider circle of our community, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We're introduced to Nathaniel Schmidt, also the other co-director, and then he brought into the circle Gravity Film Boys, Simon Williams and Brendan Skinner. So then, and, from then, and also my husband also always saying, you need to share your story, So they encouraged me so much to do that. So, it was a story to be told.
Definitely. It is such an emotional journey for the audience and, of course, for you as well. Did you ever have any reservations about putting your story on screen, or did you feel, no, this is a story that needs to be out there?
Well, at first I was really, really scared to put my story out there because I didn't even know I had a story, to tell you the truth. But, with some convincing, it was like other people could hear the story in the story within it.
Yeah.
And, when I had support there and encouragement, that helped me to want to share that.
Once that decision had been made to go ahead with The Last Daughter, tell us a little bit about the process then. You mentioned about working with Nathaniel and working with Gravity Films. Tell us a little bit about that process and how it went from there.
It was all the connections that we had were relational based, a reciprocal relationship. So we had to work on that to help it to get where it is. It was a wonderful collaboration between us all, and it was a journey of learning on both sides, and it was really weird at the beginning because it was just this one woman following all these, white men around, but we also had a cultural director, so, we had both sides covered so that we could, walk in that reciprocal relationship, but also, just help each other understand, the way we should be walking to tell this story.
You also use the Banam framework as well. Tell us a little bit about that and what that meant for the cast and crew.
Yeah, well, it's just two halves of a relationship, and you need the support of someone to support you through whatever journey you're going through, But you also need Gogon is older brother who holds the knowledge, and Banam is younger brother, which is stronger brother. So without the support of a stronger brother to help to be there to support you, but Gogon has the knowledge, and I was the knowledge holder for my story, and the Gravity Boys and Nathaniel Schmidt, but also my husband were Banam in supporting me to get the story to where it is today.
You also sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so it was a reciprocal relationship, in amongst all that.
Definitely. You were also mentored as well by Larissa. Tell us a little bit about that journey, because that would have been something that was a very, very big help. How did you find Larissa as your mentor?
Oh, yeah, she was wonderful. She's amazing, She's always happy and smiling and ready to give, her knowledge of, in her space, what she's able to give us. And, yeah, again, it was that, leaning on her for knowledge when we didn't understand some things, or I didn't understand some things, but because she's been in that space before me, so being able to lean on her for support, but also knowledge to share with me and how I walk in this space now, was an amazing journey and I'm so happy and privileged to have met her, along the journey.
This feels like the first step in a big journey for you. Do you think that you would like now to have a career as a filmmaker, and have you already got other projects in mind that you would like to work on?
Yeah, it's a different space to what I ever thought I would be doing and being in. But yeah, I think it's sparked something inside of me to also share some more stories, that need to be told, and to share Indigenous stories that are, lived experiences.
Definitely.
So yeah.
What was the biggest challenge? What was the biggest challenge you found with The Last Daughter?
The biggest challenge was for me learning about myself through this journey and the story, and understanding what I did and didn't carry at the time, but also realising the hurt and the pain that I did carry and the trauma that I went through, in the story, but also learning new skills as, being a co-director. I never thought I'd be a co-director of anything. So, yeah, no, that was the beautiful thing about learning about yourself and interrogating my own story and myself, to be able to see truth and hear truth and know truth and be where I am today.
One of the things I found when I was watching the film was I was so worried about you and the journey that this film took you on. Did you feel love and support around you at the time when you were putting the film together and, as you said, learning things about your life?
I did feel all that, but I think when you're going through your own journey, and you're feeling the hurt and the pain, sometimes you can't see the love and the support there sometimes when you're really in that hard space.
Yep.
But I did see it there. It was always there, but I just had to focus on that instead of focusing on the trauma and the hurt and the pain. So, yeah, wonderful support system that I've had going through this journey, with family, but also with, all the people, with everyone who played a part in helping share this story. Wonderful amount of support and love from them.
Definitely. Now, the film won the Audience Award for Best Documentary at the 2022 Adelaide Film Festival. What did that mean to you, and also how did it feel sitting down and watching the film on the big screen for the first time?
Oh, it was awesome. I don't think I could relax, though, because I was wondering what my two sets of parents will be thinking, and my extended family.
Yep.
And I just wanted to have their approval, so to speak, that because they probably would have been scared, where's this story going, but because they hadn't seen it. So being able to sit there with them and after saying, you've done a wonderful job, all of you have done a wonderful job, that was the best thing for me, to be able to share truth on both sides and for them to say, well done, great film. But we also won the award up at Gold Coast too, for best film for 2023 for the Australian award, for the Gold Coast.
Wow, congratulations. That must mean a lot to you, knowing that not only are people watching this film, but that it's affecting them emotionally. It means that they're taking notice of the film. Does that mean a lot to you, knowing that people are taking notice like that?
Yes, it means a whole heap to me, it means so much to me, because I shared this story from my heart, and the love and the forgiveness that my mother and father from both sides have taught me. So to be able to share that with others and hope that they will come on this journey or this healing journey with me, because we all hold story, You know, it's just what story are we holding? You know, we going to carry the story of the trauma of the past, or we're going to carry the healing story now into the future, you know, for all of us, that we can find a way to move forward together and not be so divisive towards each other.
Certainly. And for all of our listeners out there, The Last Daughter gets a cinema release on June 15th. Brenda, what's the hope for the film in the future after that cinema release? This is a film that I think that nearly every Australian needs to watch. What's the hope after that point? Are you hoping after it's in cinemas it'll be on streaming platforms, or what's the hope for the film?
Yeah, I'm hoping that'll be on streaming platforms, and that, you know, everyone gets to see it. That yeah, you're right, that every Australian should see this and hear this, you know, because it's a story of togetherness and how we can find a way to move forward. It starts the conversation, I think, of, well, how did we get here, but where are we going? Where are we going to be in another 250 years, you know?
Yep.
Who are we going to be as Indigenous people, but also who are we going to be as a collective in this nation, you know? And it's so important to get it out there, but also through writing my book too. Hopefully they can read the story too, because it's got more background, and you know how my white family come to this country and started their life here, but it's also got my black family too, also the history of that, you know. So it's a wonderful resource for all of us, I think.
Yeah, Brenda, can I ask when will your book be published, and where will people be able to grab a copy if they're interested in reading it?
It's already out. It came out the 4th this year. So it's all in all the bookstores, I think. Most bookstores in Australia. So yeah, awesome. Nationally.
So what would you like to say to finish off the interview? What would you like to say to everybody out there, not only before they grab a copy of the book to read, but also before they go and see The Last Daughter in cinemas on June 15th?
I can't walk this healing journey on my own, and it'd be a privilege and an honour for other people to help share this healing story, you know, with me, and come on that healing journey with me, so we can all reflect that healing story, and we can all carry that into the future, but also pass that to the next generations to come, you know, when we're not here.
Definitely. Well, Brenda, thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. It's been an absolute honour having you on the show, and after having watched The Last Daughter, I cannot wait to see what your next film project is going to be as well. So thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.